Have you noticed your legs feeling weaker after turning 60? Maybe you need to push off your knees to stand up, or climbing stairs feels like a heavy workout. Sometimes you might even lose your balance while simply walking across the living room. Many people think this is just a normal part of aging, but here's the truth. These are early signs of age muscle loss, known as sarcopenia. This condition develops quietly, without pain or swelling, until one day you find it hard to get out of a chair without help. The good news? You can rebuild leg strength in just days with 3 key vitamins. No intense exercise or expensive treatments needed, just the right nutrients at the right time. In this video, we'll explore the 3 essential vitamins every senior needs, how their shortages lead to weak, heavy legs, and how to combine them safely and effectively for a quick recovery. Let's dive into each vitamin and see how it works, starting with the one most seniors overlook, vitamin D3. Did you know that vitamin D3 isn't just a vitamin? It acts like a master switch, recharging your entire nervous, bone, and muscle systems. The challenge is that after 60, your body produces much less of this vital nutrient. Your skin thins, your liver and kidneys slow down, and you likely spend less time in the sun, which reduces vitamin D3 conversion. As a result, your body starts to weaken. Your muscles lose strength, your legs feel heavy, and your movements slow down. Most concerning, a subtle vitamin D3 deficiency can throw off your balance, which is a basic need for staying steady. Why is vitamin D3 so critical? It helps your body absorb calcium, which keeps bones strong and healthy. But that's just the beginning. Vitamin D3 also ensures your muscle fibers work properly, supports clear nerve signals, and most importantly, helps prevent muscle loss that creeps in as we age. Without enough D3, your body can feel unreliable, like a worn-out machine. How do you know if you're low on vitamin D3? Look for signs like leg weakness, especially when climbing stairs, tiredness from standing or walking, nighttime leg cramps, trouble turning or stepping quickly, or pain in your hips, knees, or heels. Some people also notice mild anxiety, restlessness, or trouble sleeping. These small signs are often mistaken for aging, but are actually early clues of vitamin D3 deficiency. What does the research say? A study from the University of Alabama found that people over 65 with adequate vitamin D3 levels showed significant improvements in leg strength and balance. After taking 800 IU of vitamin D3 for just 5 days, people saw their leg strength improve by an average of 19%. Another study from China showed that seniors who took a D3 supplement and did light exercise noticed significant gains in leg strength and balance within weeks. Researchers at the University of California's Aging Research Center also found that older adults with low vitamin D3 levels were 40% more likely to fall or end up in the hospital compared to those with normal levels. The message is clear. Vitamin D3 doesn't just protect your bones, it helps you stay independent. How does it work? When your D3 levels are healthy, your body absorbs calcium better, builds new muscle fibers, improves muscle movement and reaction time, reduces hidden inflammation in muscles, and supports smoother, pain-free motion. In simple terms, vitamin D3 wakes up your muscles and joints. How much should you take? Experts recommend 800 to 1,000 IU daily for healthy adults over 60. If you've had falls or show clear signs of weakness, 1,500 to 2,000 IU per day may be needed, but always check with your doctor. For best absorption, take vitamin D3 in the morning or early afternoon with a meal that includes healthy fats, like salmon, eggs, or olive oil. Avoid taking it close to bedtime as it might affect your sleep. Can you get enough from food alone? Unfortunately, it's tough. A 3.5-ounce serving of salmon provides about 500 IU. 1 egg gives 40 IU, and a glass of fortified milk offers around 100 IU. Eating enough fish, eggs, and milk every day to reach 1,000 IU is unrealistic for most seniors, which is why a vitamin D3 supplement is often necessary. Who should consider a supplement right away? If you're over 60, spend little time outdoors, feel unsteady, have had falls, deal with osteoporosis or joint pain, or follow a plant-based diet low in dairy and fish, vitamin D3 should be a priority. A few important cautions. While D3 is generally safe, Taking too much for too long can cause problems. Using more than 4,000 IU daily over time might lead to headaches, constipation, nausea, kidney stones from high calcium levels, or irregular heartbeats in some people. The key is to take the right dose at the right time and monitor your levels regularly with your doctor. Vitamin D3 is a powerful tool for seniors to rebuild leg strength, acting like a switch to restart muscle systems that have quietly slowed down over the years. If taken properly, you can see a difference in a few days, including stronger legs, lighter steps, and increased self-assurance in every movement. Balance, nerve health, and leg confidence are all restored by vitamin B12. Let's discuss vitamin B12, which is one of the most important yet often disregarded supplements for people over 60. B12, as you may know, is a vitamin that aids in memory and vitality. However, most people are unaware of this. B12 is essential for the communication between your brain and muscles, particularly your legs. It helps you maintain healthy nerves, coordinated motions, and quick reflexes. The link between your brain and muscles becomes hazy when your B12 levels fall, and your lower body is frequently where the initial symptoms appear. What occurs if your B12 levels are low? You may experience symptoms such as burning, tingling, or numbness in your feet, weakness in your legs, particularly when standing or walking, a feeling that your legs are not listening or asleep, trouble balancing even on level ground, feeling unsteady, or the need for assistance when walking if your B12 levels are below optimal. Additionally, some people suffer from mood swings, mild sadness, forgetfulness, and brain fog. These symptoms frequently appear gradually. A lot of seniors think they're simply growing older. However, they are actually the classic signs of a B12 shortage. Why is deficiency more common among seniors? There are two primary causes. 1. Inadequate absorption. Our stomachs create less acid as we age, particularly if you take drugs that lower stomach acid, such as ranitidine or omeprazole. It is more difficult to get B12 from food in this low-acid environment. 2. A restricted diet. Meat, fish, eggs, and dairy products are nearly the only sources of vitamin B12. You're more vulnerable if you consume less meat or eat a diet strong in plants. Your body may not absorb enough even if you eat a healthy diet. This explains why B12 insufficiency is so prevalent in people over 60. What is the scientific consensus? Numerous studies have demonstrated the impact of inadequate B12 on older people's mobility. According to a study from Oxford University in the United Kingdom, seniors 65 and older who had low B12 levels walked more slowly, had far worse balance, and were more than twice as likely to fall in the upcoming year as those with normal levels. Journal of Gerontology. Clinical trial seniors were given 1 to 0 milligrams of vitamin B12 per day for 8 weeks as part of a randomized research. Following supplementation, participants reported less numbness and instability, better lower body strength, and faster reaction times. In addition to helping you think more clearly, B12 keeps your body balanced and under control. How vitamin B12 functions in the body. Vitamin B12 promotes the formation of the protective sheath that surrounds your nerves. Red blood cell production, enhanced oxygen supply to muscular tissues, energy metabolism, and quick, precise signals from the brain to muscles are all made possible by this. Thus, muscles receive the energy they require to function, your nerves malfunction, your muscles misunderstand orders, and your legs begin to feel unconnected when you are deficient in B12. B12 insufficiency is most likely to affect who? If you are over 60, you are more likely to have low B12. Regularly use antacids or acid blockers. Adopt a low meat or vegetarian diet. Take metformin and have diabetes. Suffer from digestive disorders such as gastritis or IBS. Regularly consume alcohol or have undergone weight reduction or gastrointestinal surgery. It's worthwhile to do a quick blood test to determine your B12 levels if this describes you, indicators that are frequently overlooked. Some folks might not experience the typical tingling or numbness. Instead, they become awkward or drop objects. Slight headaches, exhaustion that does not go away with rest, their feet are experiencing sporadic pains or buzzing. All of these are warning signs that your body is attempting to communicate. Additionally, you recover more quickly if you act sooner. What is the recommended dosage of B12? A daily dosage of 500 to 1 milligrams of methylcobalamin is safe and effective for persons over 60. Methylcobalamin. Why? Your body can use it immediately without converting it because it is the active form of vitamin B12. Seniors will particularly benefit from this as conversion rates decrease with age. It comes in a variety of forms, including chewables, sprays, sublingual tablets, and dissolves beneath the tongue. As coffee and tea can interfere with absorption, it is best to take it in the morning or with lunch. Can eating alone provide you with enough? Yes, in principle. In reality, though, it is improbable. This is the amount of B12 found in foods: 3 ounces of beef liver, around 70 milligrams, 3 ounces of salmon, around 4.5 milligrams, 1 huge egg, merely 0.5 milligrams, 1 cup of milk, around 1 milligram. To meet your demands, you would therefore need to consume a lot of fish and dairy products or liver every day. The more practical choice for the majority of seniors is a supplement. Is it secure? B12 is soluble in water. This indicates that any excess is flushed out of your body. Please let me know where you're coming from today before we begin. Please feel free to ask any questions you may have and leave a comment below. Remember to click the subscribe button and enable notifications so you don't miss any of Senior Health's top health advice. Even at high dosages, it is very safe. In healthy people, there is no known lethal amount of B12. However, if you are on blood thinners or have chronic renal problems, please see your doctor. Otherwise, B12 supplements are among the safest and most efficient ways to increase energy, enhance nerve function, and regain control over one's legs for the majority of people. True tales, actual effect. Thanks to a vitamin that most of us overlook, many older folks report feeling more steady when walking, regaining sensation in their feet, standing up more confidently, and even sleeping better once their nerve symptoms subside. Vitamin B12 is a movement vitamin as well as a brain vitamin. It reestablishes the connection between your body and brain, and your legs feel stronger, your muscles react more quickly, and your confidence comes back when those lines are clear. Don't disregard it if you've been experiencing unusual sensations, limb weakness, or balance problems. Examine your B12 and give your nerves what they've been longing for. Vitamin Bone, the secret of anti-fatigue and muscle energy. You are probably aware of how vitamin D3 helps to build muscle and how vitamin B12 facilitates nerve-to-leg communication. However, the puzzle still has one more piece, and that is thiamine, another name for vitamin bone. Vitamin bone provides the electricity or the real energy your muscles require to move. If D3 turns on the lights and B12 links the lines, your muscles just cannot work without it. Without bone, your body runs out of fuel, even if your bones are robust and your nerves are sharp. Vitamin bone, what is it, and why does it matter so much? Vitamin bone, often known as thiamine, is essential for energy metabolism. This indicates that it aids in the conversion of food, particularly carbs, into ATP, which is useful energy. Every movement, every breath, every muscular contraction is powered by ATP. Additionally, since your legs are the biggest muscles in your body, they need a steady supply. Your muscles feel heavy, fatigue easily, and recover poorly from any movement when your bone density is low. Symptoms of a possible vitamin bone deficiency? Many people over 60 describe these early signs. Even with little activity, legs feel weak or extremely exhausted, cramping in the muscles, particularly in the feet or calves, a dragging, heavy feeling when moving, experiencing dyspnea while ascending stairs, occasionally feeling lightheaded or exhausted after getting up. Mental exhaustion may also strike some people, lack of appetite, and overall lack of drive to move. These are typical indicators of a slowed muscle metabolism. Bone frequently has a significant role. What causes bone deficiency in the elderly? There are a number of causes. One is a reduction in absorption. Our digestive system's ability to absorb thiamine from meals declines with age. The second is the use of medication. Diuretics, which are frequently prescribed for heart problems or high blood pressure, cause bone to be flushed out through urine. Antibiotics and metformin may potentially affect bone levels. 3. Drinking booze. Seniors' ability to absorb bone can be hampered by even modest consumption of common alcohol, such as wine or beer. 4th, a bad diet. Bone is removed from a lot of processed foods. Additionally, your intake can be too low if you're consuming less whole grains or legumes. What is the conclusion of the research? Tokyo University Study 2021, more than 30% of the 300 older participants in the research had poor bone levels. Additionally, these people had far less leg strength, moved more slowly, and frequently complained of muscle weariness. Most demonstrated a noticeable increase in energy, walking distance, and stair climbing following bone supplements. Research, Neurological Sciences Journal. Every day, patients with persistent leg fatigue received 100 milligrams of thiamine. 82% reported improved endurance after 7 days. 68% reported less heaviness and leg pain. There were no adverse effects. In what ways does bone support your legs? The Krebs cycle, your body's primary energy-producing mechanism, is powered by vitamin bone. This makes it possible for your muscle cells to produce ATP more rapidly, recover from motions more quickly, and keep their strength and tone throughout the day. Additionally, bone facilitates the transfer of nerve signals, particularly in the peripheral nerves that govern your legs and feet. It's like attempting to operate a car without petrol when you don't have a bone. Nothing moves, but everything functions. What is the required amount of bone? Just 1.2 milligrams per day for men and 1.1 milligrams per day for women is the suggested dose. However, significantly larger doses are frequently utilized for therapeutic benefit in older persons with symptoms. Doctors often advise seniors who have nerve problems, tiredness, or leg weakness to take 50 to 100 milligrams daily. The good news? Since bone dissolves in water, surplus can be safely eliminated by urine. When and how is the best time to take it? Consume bone in the morning to assist increase energy levels throughout the day. It should always be taken with food, preferably one that contains some healthy fat or protein. Don't take it with alcohol, coffee, or black tea. These may obstruct absorption. Can bones be obtained by diet? Yes, but you must be deliberate. Whole grains like brown rice or oats, legumes like beans and lentils, sunflower seeds, and organ and pig meats are excellent sources of bone. The majority of seniors, however, do not consume enough of these foods on a daily basis, and certain diseases or drugs prevent absorption. Therefore, a supplement can be a better option if you're unsure or have recently experienced unusual fatigue. Who ought to think about taking bone supplements? Your bone levels should be checked or simply restored with a safe daily dose. If you have type 2 diabetes, consume alcohol frequently, take diuretics, metformin, or acid-blocking drugs, experience leg weariness even with light exertion, or have experienced unexplained weight loss or appetite loss. Is it secure? Indeed. Even at large dosages, thiamine A is known to be safe and is regarded as one of the safest supplements for senior citizens. However, before beginning high-dose bone, always with your physician if you are on medication or have liver or kidney issues. Actual outcome. Many seniors report feeling more energized after just 3 or 5 days of taking bone. It feels lighter on the legs, it gets easy to walk, it is less taxing to climb stairs, and the want to be active and move comes back naturally. Adding fuel to an engine that has been sputtering for years is analogous to that. Last words, vitamin bone might not be a showstopper. Compared to D3 or B12, it receives less attention. However, it can be the crucial component that makes all the difference for older folks who are experiencing energy problems, muscle weariness, or leg heaviness. Your muscles are powered by it. Your drive is restored. Additionally, it gives you the power, purpose, and ease to go through the day. Don't ignore bone if you feel exhausted, weighed down, or disengaged from your body. The simplest nutrients can sometimes have the greatest impact. How can these 3 vitamins be combined to get the best effects? Now that you are aware of the various ways that vitamin D3, vitamin B12, and bone assist your muscles, the next issue is, how can you combine these nutrients for optimal benefit? Timing and simplicity are key to the solution. Let's start by discussing when to take each vitamin. The optimal time to take vitamin D3 is in the morning, immediately following breakfast, particularly if it includes a healthy fat-rich meal like yogurt, eggs, or a little amount of avocado. Why? D3 requires fat for effective absorption because it is fat-soluble. Vitamin B12 is most effective in the early afternoon or around midday. Since B12 also promotes alertness, taking it too late may cause sleep disturbances. Do not take it with tea or coffee. These beverages may impede absorption. Your morning fuel is vitamin bone. Consume it with your first meal of the day, preferably a healthy breakfast that includes whole grains and some protein. It will support your energy levels all day long and even help you focus better. Here's a basic everyday illustration. A small bowl of Greek yogurt, 1 boiled egg, 1 vitamin D3 capsule, and 1 vitamin bone tablet for breakfast. Lunch consists of steamed vegetables, grilled salmon or tofu, and 1 vitamin B12 tablet or lozenge. With this configuration, your body receives the proper nutrients in the right amounts at the right times. How about taking a multivitamin? Because many senior formulas underdose these important nutrients. Be sure it has the right quantities of bone, B12, and D3. Additionally, bear in mind that certain multivitamins include vitamins that are soluble in water and those that are soluble in fat. Therefore, it is still recommended to take them with meals, preferably at lunch or in the morning, and never on an empty stomach. Finally, it's not always better to have more. Always consult your doctor or pharmacist and take drugs as prescribed, particularly if you have a chronic illness or are taking medication. When taken as directed, these 3 vitamins function as a well-oiled machine to give your legs and your life back its strength, balance, and vitality. Safety advice and cautions when using vitamins. Like any other instrument, vitamins are effective at reviving health and vitality, but they must be utilized carefully. Here are some crucial safety precautions to remember when you head to the drugstore, particularly if you're over 60. First, avoid raising the dosage by yourself. It doesn't follow that more is always better just because something is natural. You will not get faster results if you take twice or 3 times the prescribed dose. In fact, it may even be harmful. For instance, vitamin D3 is soluble in fat. Over time, taking too much, 40 IU, or more per day without supervision can cause your calcium levels to become too high. Kidney stones, constipation, nausea, or even disorientation may result from this. Second, be cautious if you have renal or liver issues. These organs are in charge of breaking down and eliminating extra vitamins from your body. Even standard dosages can accumulate and result in adverse effects if they're not functioning properly. Therefore, before beginning any supplements, especially fat-soluble ones like D3, consult your doctor if you have been diagnosed with chronic renal disease, fatty liver, or any other serious ailment. Third, it's simple to overlook certain adverse effects of vitamins. For example, taking large amounts of vitamin B6 for months at a time may result in tingling or numbness in your hands and feet. Although it's uncommon, unmonitored misuse is particularly likely to cause it, long before more serious issues show up. Too much vitamin D3 can produce headaches, cramping in the muscles, or poor appetite. Always keep an eye out for any little changes in your mood, particularly if they happen after taking a new vitamin. Lastly, get your blood levels measured. Doing a basic blood test every 6 to 12 months is a smart idea if you're taking D3 or B12 on a long-term basis. This helps make sure you're not inadvertently taking too many or too few supplements and that you're in the safe and effective range. In conclusion, taking vitamins can undoubtedly enhance your quality of life, but the secret is to be wise, knowledgeable, and cautious, especially as we age. These 3 easy nutrients have the power to change your strength, mobility, and independence when taken as directed. Let's review for a second. It's not age, it's not your imagination, and more significantly, it's not irreversible if your legs have been feeling unsteady, heavy, or weak lately. We've seen how vitamin B12 improves your nerves and balance, vitamin D3 fortifies your bones and muscles, and vitamin B12 replenishes your energy and stamina. These 3 basic vitamins work together to create a potent trio that can help you regain your strength, confidence, and freedom of movement. Here's the secret though. Whether it's monitoring your blood levels, taking a morning supplement, or consulting your doctor, you must take the first step. Every time, action is preferable to waiting. I'd love to hear from you immediately. Have any of these vitamins been tried before? Did you notice a change in your general energy, strength, or balance? We get stronger together the more we learn from one another, so please share your story in the comments section. Appreciate you watching. Look after your body, fuel your legs, and keep going, one powerful stride at a time,